guys, and welcome to another video by Borke. Today we're going to discuss NBA 2K19 ratings, and I will say my opinion and what I think about each of the players I choose. First, I will discuss the players that have a realistic rating. Then I'll go to the ratings that are not really good in my opinion. Then we will discuss the ratings of the last year's rookies and this year's rookies, and after that the three teams that I chose, and at the end Croatian players in the NBA. First we have LeBron James. He has an overall of 98, which I think is perfect. He's the best player in the league right now, and if I made the game, I'd put the same rating. Giannis Antetokounmpo, aka Green Freak, is one of my favorite NBA players. I think 94 overall fits him really good, because he did make progress and he really did improve since the last year, but there is some other things that he needs to improve. Next we have Paul George with an 89 overall. I think this rating is realistic because this season in the Thunder he was struggling and he didn't reach his full potential. I hope next season he will play much better. Jaylen Brown, the young power of the Boston Celtics. I saw him play many times, and the kid works hard, plays hard, and it just feels nice watching him. For now, this overall is okay, but in the future, I know he will get more than 84. Kemba Walker is, in my opinion, the best player in the Hornets, but the Hornets didn't make the playoff, so you have to consider that while making the overall rating in a game. A few days ago I was discussing his rating with my brother, and we agreed he doesn't deserve more, because if you want to carry the team and you can carry the team, at least you can carry them to the playoffs. Damian Lillard, I think he is the best player in the Trail Blazers, and his 19 overall, in my opinion, is realistic, but it was strongly affected by the fact that Trail Blazers have the third seed in the West last season, which is a big deal because the West is really strong. Russell Westbrook's this year rating is 93, which is by 2 lower than the last year's rating. That is because he and his team didn't really make the expectations, because they added two high-rated players in his team, and that didn't work out very well. That is probably because Russell likes to have a ball, and he is the big man in the team. DeMar DeRozan's this year 89 overall rating, in my opinion, is okay. That's because of the two reasons. He made a huge impact on the Raptors being the first seed in the East. And the second reason is because they choked the first round of playoffs. The sad thing is that the Raptors betrayed him and traded him to the Spurs. All I'm going to say is the Spurs want to trade. What can I say about Carmelo Anthony's 79 overall rating? I mean, it is really low, but to be real and realistic, he's this season he's the worst season he had so far. And I completely agree with the rating, and I believe he will make a bigger impact on the Rockets next season, and he will have a better season. Many people ask me why Anthony Davis's 94 this year's overall rating is not okay. Well, I'll tell you why. He's he had an MVP worthy season. He literally carried his team that lost to the NBA champions Warriors. And in my opinion, he should have at least 95 overall rating. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not discuss why he entered the Warriors and why he refused to stay with the Pelicans. All I know, he's he torn he has torn his Achilles and he got a 90 overall rating, which I understand is injury free, but no player has ever fully recovered from a torn Achilles, and that's why he doesn't deserve a 90 overall. My my opinion is that his overall should be 85 to 87 tops. The moment I saw Kawhi Leonard's this year's rating, I was really confused. He played 9 games, if I'm correct, this season, and he still gets a 94 overall rating. He might be uh, the best two-way player in the league right now, but it just doesn't feel right, and I think he doesn't deserve it. 92 tops, in my opinion, because he he has he had a really bad injury, and well, I don't know how bad injury he had because I don't think anybody knows that. Karl Anthony Towns, in my opinion, is the most overrated player in the entire NBA. Just because he plays good and he plays good against teams like Hawks doesn't make him a 91 overall. Uh, I will discuss the next player. The next player here gets an overall lower than his, but but Karl Anthony Towns gets owned by the player I will show you next. In NBA 2K19, in my opinion of what I've seen so far, Clint Capella is one of the most underrated players. Why? Because his overall of 84 doesn't really represent what he can and what he does for his team. And it's just disrespectful. So, we have come to discuss the last year's rookies. Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and Ben Simmons. they all have an overall of 87, which I think is a bit too high. Well, I'll explain why. First, I'll start with Jason Tatum. In my opinion, his overall should be 86 because in the absence of Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, he was one of the best players in the Celtics who almost got to the finals of the NBA. Then Donovan Mitchell. He was playing like a beast this season, and even though his rating could be 87, I would give him an 86. Next, we have Ben Simmons. What to say about Ben Simmons? His overall, in my opinion, should be 85. Why? His playoff appearances didn't really make a difference to 76ers making anything good in the playoffs. Why? They almost got swept by the Celtics and he made 1 point. 1 point in one NBA game. And that's all I'm gonna say. Even though he's Rookie of the Year, he doesn't deserve to be. Next we have this year's top 2 first-round picks of the NBA draft. DeAndre Ayton and Luka Doncic. First, I'll start with DeAndre Ayton. I believe his 79 overall rating is okay. He didn't play any NBA game, but he still is a first pick, and that's why he deserves this rating. Luka Doncic. Well, Luka Doncic played against entire Europe. He was the MVP of the Final Four. I think, if I remember right, he was the MVP of the entire league. And in my opinion, he should be at least 83 overall rating. He should have it because he deserves it, but we all know how it goes in the NBA. This what you see on the screen right now is the Golden State Warriors starting 5. All I need to say right now and what is important in this game. They are overpowered. So overpowered that if me and my friend play, we have a same skill. Let's say we have the same skill. I take any team and he takes the Warriors, I'm gonna get destroyed. That's how overpowered they are. So, LeBron joined the Lakers. Who would have thought? Well, you have on the screen the top rated Lakers players. As you can see the names, in my opinion, there will be many more trades, and at the end of the 2018-2019 season, this team will look very different. At the bottom of the chart, you see Ivica Zubac, who is a Croatian player. I think he would get much bigger overall if he had the chance to play more minutes in the NBA, because if if he plays, he will start improving, and that will have the Lakers much better player. Next, I would like to discuss the top 5 rated Celtics players. First, we have Kyrie Irving, who has 93 overall. I think it is really good considering his defense sucks. Gordon Hayward, after returning from an injury, his overall is 88. It is really hard to give him a good rating because he had a bad injury, but he had much time to train, and as I heard, he improved very much, and I expect in the NBA 2K20 he will have a much bigger rating. His current rating, 88, is okay, and I agree with it. Jason Tatum, I discussed earlier, his rating is a little bit high. Al Horford. What to say about Al Horford? In my opinion, he is one of the most underrated centers in the league, but this overall is kind of okay, even though I would give him 87 or 88, I'm not sure. Jaylen Brown also, I discussed Jaylen Brown earlier. Two of the best creation players in the NBA are Dario Saric and Bojan Bogdanovic. They both have 79 overall this year. In my opinion, it's a bit too low just because they are so important to their teams that their teams wouldn't make a result without them, and such a good result wouldn't be accomplished without them. They're really important to Philadelphia and Indiana. For the end of today's discussion, we have the remaining 3 Croatian players. Mario Hezonja with the overall 76, Dragan Bender with the overall 73, and Ante Žižić with the overall 73. Their overall ratings are realistic, but if they played more minutes per game, they were improved much, and they will have more impact on their teams. That's all for today, guys, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Pointer offline, and here comes the break. On up the court.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Livingston kicks to McCaw. Feeds to Casper. Now the dish to Livingston. Pass to McCaw. Now Livingston. High arcing shot. Tice. The Warriors pull it in.
Fantastic rim protection. That's not in his wheelhouse to overcome.
Livingston kicks to Young. Dishes it to Casper. Here's the screen. Lets the 3 fly. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Tatum with it. He's against Young. Now Tatum. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Awesome ability to focus there by Tatum. He just has a feel and a belief in what he's doing out there.
Ball stolen. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Nader. drops in the breakaway layup.
And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Caspi for three, and he's good on the three ball.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Tatum dishes to Baines. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Baines has got 6 here in this quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Celtics.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Al Horford.
I'll tell you, his shot blocking made a big impact. Whether it was on the ball or rotating over to help, he provided the intimidation factor this defense needed.
And here's Young from the arc. The rebound by the Celtics. Beaujolais passes to Rozier. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one. They have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Here's McCall. He's covered by Brown. McCall kicks to Livingston. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the paint, Brown. And the dunk by Brown.
And this is the kind of deficit it would take a miracle to overcome.
I think this hometown crowd agrees with you. They are fired up about it.
That's tipped. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Rozier, and it's Boston with another.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
That's what's extending this lead. The right plays, right time, and good finishing.
Here's Livingston. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
And there's the pass to Ojala. Tatum, and that one drops.
Can't say enough about Tatum. A terrific confidence, always looking to put the ball in the basket.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commit.